Okay.
Okay, double that. And mark off another 3 gold in addition to that to make the living quarters nicer as opposed to just Colburn ready, because now they live there in the warehouse. So even if they're off duty, they might be there if somebody breaks in, because that way, they can save money.
And I forget
And I'm gonna please tell them this particular area of the warehouse, and I suggest to like a particular bit, do not change or move anything in this area.
Create a line around what you don't want us to go into?
Yes. Don't touch anything.
Okay.
I just picture a guy breaking in through a skylight, drops down in the red tape area, and the 2 guards look over and go, fuck.
Nothing I can do about it. Yeah, if you come out here, we can do something.
Well, So there is it possible though, when we were getting the warehouse, to have something that's got like an office in the back corner kind of thing?
Mark, let's see, how much did the warehouse initially cost?
Let's see. I already marked it off directly.
You could do a trailer drop. Those are super cheap.
They don't really happen in the Old West.
Oh, yeah. Well, if we're talking Old West, then you just fucking slap up some fucking 2x4s. And actually, just fucking buy the wood. I'll build it for you. Fuck.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, it came out to like 5 beastkin gold.
Yeah, for renting the warehouse. For
season.
For 7, you can get one that has a little office in the back corner that you can lock separate.
Yep, do that.
It also has like a little bit of an upstairs area, like it has some stairs, and it has like maybe
give me some time. I can build it out for you.
Well, the problem is that he hasn't bought the warehouse yet, so you shouldn't make a lot of alterations to it. But
I'll pay the extra to make sure we have one that's got like a little office, so like an area we can lock off as a.
Cool, done. Right, he paints a line around the office and goes, "Stay the fuck out of there," and they go, "Yes, sir." Okay. Yeah, if Rasslin Rat ever buys a warehouse, then you can start doing lots of woodworking and alterations and more stuff.
Cool.
Eventually get gun ports in the sides and shit.
I'll also bring by the those bags of gems. Now they've got something to guard.
They think, "Oh my God, we've got some dangerous shit." We're gonna have to get like more weapons and stuff, sir. Holy Christ! Look at all these gems. Oh, they don't realize they're not worth that much.
I get one box. I put on gigantic fucking rubber gloves. I put in a whole bunch of glow sticks so it's glowing out of the edges of the fucking box. Put on my fucking gas mask and I walk in gingerly holding the box and then go into the office.
They're like, they definitely stay the fuck out of the office now. Take guard, Colburn. You've convinced the guards that the office may kill them. Oh, yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, their curiosity is completely gone about the office now. They may do their best to lure a criminal in there so he can die a horrible, painful death.
As I walk out, I cough a whole bunch.
Rasslin.
Yes.
Take this card, whatever you don't want.
Okay.
I need to take this card down. And I'm going to play it into the hero.
You play Instant Hero.
I
I figured you'd enjoy that noise. That's the noise that caused us to salivate back in the day.
Okay.
All right. So
Sherma then, Rasslin? You wanted to go to Sherma?
Yes.
All right. So you guys go over to Shermer. Now, since you've got all that amazing shit, Colburn, could you just give me an intimidate roll to see if you are the stereotypical bodyguard of Doom? Freddie, you don't even need to make a roll. You look like you are the nervous accountant.
Ooh, that was a close one. But yeah.
All right. Yeah. And Rasslin, give me an etiquette roll.
Etiquette. Okay.
Etiquette. Because you are looking like a really upper class dude and stuff, and this will see if the carpet matches the drapes, so to speak.
Yep.
Yes, you are as smooth as shit. People are opening doors for him and stuff like that. Shows him closing it in front of Fred. He's like, what the fuck? And then Colburn's like, hey, he looks back and they open the door for Fred. Like, oh, excuse me. Right, no problem.
I'll close the door before I get through it.
No,
They do not cut me off from fucking wrestling.
Raslin, now comes your big roll. This is what it's all about. Give me a streetwise roll as you are looking for printers who can do a lot of great shit and don't
Can
ask.
we assist with it?
What? It's up to
Are you any good at Streetwise?
Oh, I can almost do it as a living.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, you should support. I will play skill +5.
Do I have any cards I can play for you guys?
Are you going to try to support their streetwise, Colburn, or
Yeah,
no?
not support them.
No. Colburn is not trying to fucking support Streetwise.
He just stands there.
Even though Colburn looks like he's a fucking cannibal from the fucking wastelands. He's really a nice guy.
Ah,
Raslin takes you to some police officers and goes, "Oh, I need printers and we won't ask questions." And they're like, "We are here to help." And both of them are like U.S. Treasury Department agents. They're like, "Yes.
If I burn the hero point, do I still get the supporter?
The card's gone. It goes bye-bye.
I can find support you again.
Re-roll to support. So if you burn a hero point, then he can roll. He can try again.
Want to try again?
yeah.
You don't want to talk to the U.S. Treasury agents?
Tell you what, have another
They
+5.
seem like nice people.
Oh my god!
Lower is better.
I made it.
Oh,
You found somebody who won't ask questions, but they're not as good as you would like them to be.
And I'm not looking for them to do anything with like modern day tech. I'm showing them like Melwick's currency.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's still pretty complicated currency. It's not as bad as like they don't have inks that change appearance based on how you
what
look
about
at. But
nickels?
And I also have a variety of all of the Tri-King
Yeah.
colors. Does that seem much simpler than Melwick's?
The Tri-Kingdom stuff is within their thing. Melwick's and all that stuff, that's Genovian currency. Genovian currency, they use metals, precious metals. They use guilders and
Bartertown. It was I think it was the Rubicon people.
You're right.
And Westmead.
Hold on a second. Let me flip to that.
Of 20s, hundreds, and thousands.
Damn you doing your research. Yeah, they might be able to pull off some of that stuff, but like I said, it's much more complicated.
But the Tri-Kingdoms is more easy for them.
Tri-Kingdoms is much easier. You got, by the way, everybody give me evidence analysis rolls.
Nope.
Right. Freddie, you're thinking that there's something up with it. I mean, there's something up with the Tri-Kingdoms. Something's not fucking making sense. It's not computing. It seems like almost artificial. It kind of reminds you in a way, with making it half of Burlington in a way. You're not sure what it means. As far as the R2 go, they're just like, what does it all mean? What does it mean?
Yeah,
but you're
stopped trying to figure out what it means a while ago.
Fair.
How do the Smurfs and the dwarves and the Otterhead people mix with the samurai cyber guys? I just don't know. Yeah.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Huh.
I mean,
The problem I see with the Tri-Kingdom stuff is they don't really have anything we want other than items.
Yeah.
Well, depends on what you're after. It depends on what you do. But yeah, it's something up with that.
So far, we got to figure out if any of their items will be of use in Gothic. So otherwise, it's not a whole lot I'm thinking that excites me there.
Yeah, I will say that there is stuff, but it's not super duper obvious. And whether you want it or they do have shit, but is it the shit you want?
Small economy, whereas like the Genovian world is a much larger economy, and we can go there and get our hands on gold and gems and shit like that.
Yep. You were quite correct. Okay, as far as the Genovian currency, first off, let's just say you could give a fuck about florins, okay? Because florins are the small money there. Guilders are where it's at, because guilders
are what I have.
5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 500, 1,000. Cool. And also the florins are partially made of iron, which is a pain in the ass. It's kind of like saying we don't need to worry about nickels, dimes, and quarters as far as our illegal operations. As far as the money itself goes, yeah, rough to duplicate. They might be able to do it, but then again, you might be caught waving around counterfeit money. As far as Tri-Kingdom stuff, they're confident in this. They feel they have a pretty good chance of that. Guilders and stuff, they're like, yeah, they've got a lot of complicated stuff in here. Looks like they've got micro printing, and they list off a whole bunch of security stuff. Also, everybody give me a evidence analysis roll. Different topic. Oh, of course. Everybody fucking gets this one. Wrestling, take out your +5 modifier, you horrible man.
You son of a bitch.
You guys are also wondering if on the larger bills, if there may be, since they have magic there, if there might be something to do with magic. Like,
have we ever seen anyone wave anything around the fucking money we've given them?
When you've never used big bills there, actually. They take a close look at all the bills. Sometimes they'll put it under a table that they're sitting at or something, which could be doing anything with it, filling up, whatever. It could be running some sort of scanner sometimes, but not all the time on the small bills. So there could be something to do with magic. You are wary.
Is this on the Tri-Kingdom money?
No. Tri-Kingdom money is
on the Melwick. Okay.
Yeah, check out the guilders, Freddie. See if you can analyze these.
All right, I'll put my glasses on.
All right.
Not in the room with them, but like.
Sure. You go into the other room and are attempting to use magic in Shermer.
It's times 5. Times 5.
Oh, I see.
Unless it's changed, but
I always check. All right, and go ahead and roll willpower times 5 and see if you can pull that off. I was really hoping for a fun one. You just hear from the other room. Which bill are you looking at?
the Schmeckles.
Schmeckles?
Looking at the Melwick's guilders.
The Melwick guilders. Yeah.
Which bills did you pin to his shirt so that he looks
looking at Melwick's guilders right now?
Yeah, Melwick. Yeah.
Okay. Which denominations?
500s, thousands. I've got a variety.
You have all those different denominations?
Yeah. When I was when I went to Barter Town last time, I spent some money to get a variety of bills.
All right. It looks like on the bills that you are seeing there, Freddie.
I failed to analyze magic, but do I see any?
Yes. One or two of the 20s, all the 50s, 100s, 500s, and 1000s have like little, some sort of sparkle. It's supposed to be bad for you.
Okay. Block this to them.
He comes back in and goes, sparkles are bad.
So it's got magic, eh?
Couldn't tell you what it does though.
Tricky.
What about the beastkin money? Is that the same?
Yeah, they use in Beastkin, you can use guilders and stuff, although it's very rare that they do, because Beastkin is actually a colony of Genovia.
Yeah.
But they mainly use precious metals in Beastkins, the $20 gold coin, for example.
I thought they used dollars, actually.
They do, and call it a $20 gold coin. That's what you guys
know about. Right.
You can also, in Beastkin, you can get notes from the bank where they have like the super elaborate stuff. It's basically bearer bond. They have bearer bond.
Okay.
Or as they call them in the bank, bearer bonds, as a couple of bankers are bearer.
All right, so Melwix is out for now just because they've got to have some kind of magic.
How fucking cool would it be to be able to download your consciousness into this game for a while? And how shitty would it be to live there forever?
You know how quickly the fucking sanity would be gone?
So, Logan, how are your players? They all have extreme PTSD.
Every single one of them are in a fucking corner in the fetal position, except for two that ran off and dove off a building. And then there's that other guy. We don't talk about him.
He fucked the sheep. So,
he tore his dick off and fucked himself with it. Right before shooting himself in the head.
Oh, I would become one of the more famous GMs in the world, I'm pretty sure, if it led that to that kind of thing. And the kind of people that would start wanting to play my game would be seriously dark. I want to fuck myself. Okay, go on in. Have fun.
All right, so even if we went to Cyberpunk and reestablished or found a new contact, the Melwix money would be out because we'd have to find some way to duplicate the magic aspect of it.
They'd be able to make Sherman money, probably.
Yeah, if we get the cyber.
Were you guys wanting to talk about this around the shady people, or you wanted to say, thanks, we'll keep your name in the Rolodex and fuck off?
We're having this conversation in private.
All right, you tell them thanks and you bugger off too. No? Tim's like, we should stay here and talk about it around them. And you're like,
Yeah.
Gosh.
There's not much. Cyberpunk's really fucked up at the moment.
Well,
at least Hong Kong.
The longer Colburn exists in the campaign, the more fucked up he's getting without losing sanity checks.
Sure. Now, a couple of interesting things, Jay. The post-cyberpunk area, markets are definitely harder because, the markets there is like, this is our city, our economy is in the city, and then we have like caravans that go out bravely with a bunch of people with guns and shit to try to go to other places to get shit and bring shit back, right? So their economy is kind of a little bit medievalish, that they have bandits
right now.
What's that?
You talking about Gothic right now?
Yeah, Gothic post-cyberpunk. Yeah. In the city, it's pretty civilized, but if you go outside of the city, then you might have, it's the kind of place where people are getting charged with brigandry as a crime, okay? So that market is, there's a lot of people, but they're kind of spread out and stuff like that, so it's not a huge market. It's a pretty good-sized market. Chicago, it's like real life. Fucking vast market. You can do global shit out of Chicago and stuff if you felt like it. So that's the Shermer market. What are markets? The Old West market, the Beastkin thing, again, it's kind of isolated. It's more isolated. The only kind of markets there are mainly ones on ships, because moving shit on a ship, much easier, right? As far as going inland is where the evil elves are waiting for you. Ooh, scary. And loads of undead and all that kind of shit. And they're still doing their version of the Indian Wars. So that's difficult unless you're on the coast. Coast is where all the beastkin live. As far as the market there goes, they're doing just like the settlers in the real life Old West, but before the Old West, before the Revolutionary War, when they were like, let's go there. Ooh, look, natural resources, send them back to England, right? So, and then they're getting like manufactured goods back and like printing presses and stuff, and they're sending off, all the shit that they can extract for minerals and stuff like that, and that's all going back to Genovia. So that's the economy churn there. What other economies are you interested in? Because you've been doing enough business where I'm happy to give you a very broad strokes overview of marketing in these different places.
I think those are the main zones really that I have any interest in.
Yeah, as far as big economies, your biggest one right now, and the one with the most potential, is modern day Chicago. There's a little bit of weird shit going on in that zone, but nothing that's really preventing massive commerce if you can get some stuff going. I think Freddie knows the state of the magic there.
Yeah.
Wrestling. Something you might want to look into. Just thinking about the system as a whole. If there is a group that is a trans-dimensional traveling fucking merchants, you really might want to get a hold of them. And there's a reason why in the back of my head why you really might want to get a hold of them. If there's a group that is other than PCs who is traveling across multiple dimensions as fucking dealers and travelers, there's probably an organization that also fucking governs the economies and keeping them from getting broken.
Well, the people you're talking about, they have an alliance of sorts. The Droidas.
Right.
They're part of the, what do they call themselves? The Golden Cycle Trading Agreement.
And that agreement is enforced by who?
I don't know. That's what Joshua had said about them. But I think we can meet up with them in Gothic, and they love the secret sauce.
Does anybody know who enforces the Golden Circle Trading Agreement?
The probably the people in Needleweb, or the people in the Courts of Chaos. That would be my guess. Let's see.
It could be really good for us to find that out. Mainly just for your entrepreneuring
It might actually be Amber.
habits.
I know that they do trade with Amber. They also recognize Chaos Lords and respect them and fear them. And if you want to go too far into their realm, you need to be able to change into a Chaos form so that they accept you. And, so I'd imagine it's somebody closer to the Chaos realm that...
Okay.
Golden Cycle. I don't know who that is.
Did you say Golden Cycle?
It's a group of kingdoms and places that have the right to trade to Amber and who have trade routes to Amber, he believed.
All right. Interesting.
But I don't know if Amber enforces it or if... Because these Droida, they're part spider, part human.
Run that by me.
They're part spider, part human, so I'm sure if we just see them, they'll make us lose our minds.
I really don't want to see them.
We don't have to see them.
And trust me, you don't want to
That's
see them either.
fucking awesome. Where are they?
No,
Where are we going now?
No, we're not going.
All right, we don't want to see them yet.
You don't want to see them.
You can meet up with them in Gothic, or you can meet up with them at port near Melwicks, it sounds like.
All right. Yeah, back to whatever we were doing then.
And
Wrestling.
yep.
Colburn did bring up a good point. Well, kind of. We do have the capability of shipping mass goods back and forth without much issue. If there's anything you think we might be able to make a lot of money from just by moving it from one place to another, that could be something we can do.
Yeah, that's part of what we've been trying to figure out. But the problem is, if you move one thing from point A to point B, how do you get something of value out of that place?
No. I mean, all right, example. Cocaine or drugs. We can become drug dealers. Literally a mule. Like the best fucking mule in the world. Like, no one will be able to stop it. Because we just disappear. Where'd they go? I don't know.
You want to do a dry run, Freddie? I'm going to fill up a whole bunch of balloons with a substance. You eat them. You go through the teleporter.
Definitely not.
You could have it go straight from Colombia to a playground.
Or what we could do is just...
Fucking Christ, why aren't we helping the Colombians yet? Fucking, could you imagine Pablo Escobar? So we have a deal for you. Do you fly planes? No. Do you do boats? No. Submarine? Nope. Even better. Fucking tunnels? Those are terrible. No. We're just making go there.
Strap the cocaine like armor. I will go.
That was just an example. Does that have to be drugs? Could be anything.
Possible example. Yeah,
It's
I think we should get some lots of people from within so that
it's the first thing that popped into my head, okay?
We take the crumbling mass of the entire world and feed on its corpse as we hold its head under the water just a little harder. Oh, people call me fucking evil. That's awesome.
Well, that trump gate is pretty useful.
I mean, if you just want to do a straight up robbery, do that too.
Yeah, robbery is tricky in that you're like one of the main reasons that a lot of stuff is tricky is that Raslin's trying to get beyond an idiot with a bag of loot. Because if you can do something where it becomes self-sustaining, whether you're there or not, like he sets up a successful shipping company and they ship things that people don't mind them shipping and everybody's happy and he pays his taxes and he's a good citizen and he's in the governor and stuff. And he may not be getting like super amounts of money all the time, but he's making a nice living. And if he has 20 or 30 of these things going, then, he's funding all kinds of shit as opposed to an asshole with a loot sack showing up going, I need to sell shit. Somebody buy my shit.
That's what we're trying to do is just get enough capital to set something like that up.
He has a whole stack of money that he's been sitting on like a mother hen. Just today, he's won more money than most PCs will ever see. So,
I like the golden wattle. That's depending on how well we do it.
Yeah, the best thing to do with those is if you can find NPCs that have already been named, have personalities, get along with you well, and get them to run stuff like that. then it has a much better chance than I hire some new asshole that I don't know who will steal from me under the table, as an example.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I like Elwyn for the two elf kids that were running the embassy. That's one of the reasons why they did so good.
And part of why I'm renting these spaces too is to have a location in each of the zones for storing. When I was here in Chicago, you remember our idea is set up to where people believe I have a background of imports and exports. So eventually we can be at a point where we have a series of warehouses where we have legitimate items coming in and out, and it also gives us cover to move other items around.
Absolutely. Also, gold, even though it's not worth huge money in Shermer as compared to like Cyberpunk, it's worth a pretty hefty, like $400 and some as opposed to $20 in Beastkin. So yeah, if you can find ways just to move the gold to there and stuff, that multiplies the number of monies up. Whether that money is still worth as much or not. Yeah. What's that, Cat? Are you mind fucking cat mind blowing my ass?
So just thinking about time now, we could either focus on pursuing some of the other schemes, or I could attempt to take some of this gold and actually buy some goods and just do some simple, set up some legitimate businesses for now.
Has this been tested, Wrestling?
What?
Why don't the three of us make investments and look at Logan and say, we wait 10 years?
No.
Yes.
The universe will explode.
Yeah, yes and no. He won't allow that kind of time to pass, but the most I've gotten away with following that line of logic is maybe a month or two. And
okay.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing where you're sitting around waiting for interest or something to appreciate in value. You're just going to disappear.
All right, fair enough.
Really doing something, but yeah, I was thinking something similar. I figured, why not go spend a few years somewhere, marry a lady, have a family.
I think if you have enough money to set up some sort of a legitimate business for some passive income, whatever you need from the two of us to help you accomplish that, let us know. Like, this is what we need. Passive income.
Right.
So we don't need to worry about this is worth 2 gold a day or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, well, part of what we've been after is to make sure we've got a windfall of money to support things like that.
Yeah.
It's nice to say, I start a business that creates passive income, but in reality, that takes years.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can
now, if you
buy a business.
All money and say, buy a bloke's business or buy half of his business and convince him to keep operating it for you, now you have a business partner who knows.
Yeah, that's what I had in mind. Don't start a business, just buy one.
I'm sure that the GM wouldn't fuck with you on that at all, ever.
We only knew someone that knew a little bit about that. But that was kind of my thinking. So here's what we could do in our remaining time, because I want
Jason in real life would love to have $3,000 a month of passive income. I think he'd fucking disappear with his family somewhere into a different country.
Pile of gold to go buy half of a large company that someone else will run. Sure.
Oh yeah, just imagine what you do in real life with $3,000 a month passive income.
Yeah, I mean, takes care of all your basics. You don't have to stress out about paying bills and shit.
I start walking around dressed like Craig all the time.
Yeah, when you get to $10,000 a month passive, at this point, it's like, well,
I hire stormtroopers to walk around behind me as I'm dressed like Darth Vader.
Tim's already got a plan for all those different levels. What's a $20,000 a month, Tim?
20,000 a month? I start invading small countries.
Just fun to find out.
What's 50,000 a month then?
That's where me and a whole bunch of shuttles that are painted to look like TIE fighters and other fucking Star Wars shit show up with fucking couple hundred different dudes dressed up like fucking stormtroopers invade a small place. Start building a small fake spaceports all around the planet. Only people allowed are people who sign up to become a stormtrooper and have to work other jobs where they go to other places and walk around as a stormtrooper.
Is that a Dark Young you're painting?
It looks like it, but it's not. It's actually it's just a fucking. It's called the Kraken.
Oh.
What's on the bottom is a ruined piece of a ship that's like sinking into the water, so it's kind of jumping out of the water.
You need to get Dark Young and paint that instead.
Well, it's hard to come by some of the Cthulhu stuff. It's not as popular as the D&D stuff. But I mean, this is close. It's fucking technically.
So,
Guy at the store was like, I got something with tentacles, Tim. Put it on my tab.
You got about an hour left, JP. What will you do?
Well,
It's been going good for you, pretty much. Well, some hiccups here and there, but if it all went good for you, it wouldn't be adventuring.
I've checked off all the major points that I wanted to check out today. So now as far as I'm concerned, we're in bonus time here. So I think with the remaining time, what if we've got a warehouse in Gothic, we've got warehouse in Beastkin, we've got context, we can get a place in modern day. If we were to
modern day warehouse would cost a lot more. Are you going to wait on that until you actually have something to trade and stuff?
Yeah, I'm thinking in Beastkin and Gothic, what if we identify some large goods that we can move around? That might be something that we can at least get the ball rolling on.
The problem is,
really down
I got a business I want to start in fucking Beastkin. Oh, it's so fucked up. I want to start a funeral home.
Oh God!
So when all the fucking beasts can die, we can send furs to other zones.
We need to hire a bunch of people who know how to skin and treat the fur and all that.
Yes, that's easy. We send that over to the fucking cowboy zone.
That is the most evil. He went full evil right there.
They're not using it anymore, Logan.
Okay. So
I need some money. I got an idea for a business.
We've also got a big ass room full of borax.
Yeah.
In Beastkin.
Oh
We
yeah.
can figure out something to do with that.
I was curious if anybody's ever going to get to that.
Well, how much is it worth? Do you know how much it's worth?
Not offhand, but
Have you appraised it at all?
no. I just know it's there. Well, my thought was maybe we could turn it into borax munitions to fight those bugs that seem to be bothering places. But if we can find some way to make money with it, we could do that too. But I don't know. I mean, I know it's good quality borax, but I don't know how much demand there is for it. I mean, it's used for all sorts of things: insecticide, making detergents.
Depends on where you sell it, I suppose.
Yep.
Do you want to look at that in Chicago? If there's a demand for it?
Sure, we're in Chicago. Let's find out if there's anybody looking to buy, or how much value a ton of borax has.
In which zone?
Shermer?
Chicago, Sherman.
I'm looking on the internet now, and the only borax I can find is a big old box for like $15. Borax 20 Mule Team detergent booster. Remove stains. neutralizes odors. I'm like, come on, borax is supposed to be really fucking useful. It's banned in the UK.
Borax, once the kids get hold of it, it's a gateway to more dangerous things.
Yeah. Where to buy borax powder? Yeah, it's in modern days, it doesn't seem to be worth a huge amount. It's like $1 a pound or something. So yeah, you get a couple grand for it, I guess.
It's not really worth much unless we want to do something with it, I think. Like turn it into borax munitions.
Musicians, no, borax musicians. That's the way to fucking do it.
That would have a lot of value. Do parties, fundraisers.
Kid birthday parties.
But yeah, maybe we could save that for making munitions and shit.
Bugs. Huh. Didn't know we had a bug problem. We got a bug
borax.
somewhere.
Well,
Okay,
hold
I
on.
found out how much borax costs. It's disappointing. I can find it on the webpage for about $600 for a metric ton.
What a bargain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's worth more in the cowboy time, actually.
Yeah.
Probably. But I think it's the kind of thing where you can.
Yeah, if you were to make it into something else, like if you were to make it especially bug killing shit, because all the people in Genovia, especially, but also to a lesser degree because they haven't been attacked yet by them in the Old West, but in Genovia, they hate bugs. In fact, even finding flies, mosquitoes, shit, people are ruthlessly killing any bugs they see all the time there. Just all the if there's a bug, they kill it. Any kind of bug. They hate bugs because of the isotrox. So,
Are you any good with chemistry, Freddie?
Not really.
All right.
So I know Colburn is.
Let's look into this. Let's head back to V-Skin. Are there... Do you have a question there, Colburn?
I'm a chemist.
You're a chemist? All right, so here's what we can do. How about you find a way to come up with a way to turn the borax or find a way to use the borax in a bullet making process. So the actual bullet is infused with borax. Is that something you can figure out with chemistry?
Possibly.
Maybe get some recipes in the modern day era for how to make insecticide. Let's take that information back to Beeskin. Let's either buy a munitions plant or some kind of foundry, start cranking out ammunition maybe, or insecticides. We can sell that to Genovia.
Or you can just go there and look around and see who wants to buy a bunch of borax or whatever.
So let's do that. So we're in modern day. We're going to get some information on making insecticides, shit like that, and then go back.
If Freddie can make a computer work, he can't. Then that should be super easy to find.
I have a computer with me just for this purpose.
He opens it and it just explodes.
So this is the super high tech computer that I got last time.
It hasn't blown up yet. Are you sure?
Oh. No, surprisingly.
Do you have any spares?
No, just one.
Let's go buy him a couple crap sacks.
Yeah, we need some spare ones.
Take a card. If anybody gets the card that makes his computer explode, they can have a refill. So everybody grab a card.
Okay.
I'm just curious to see if fate's against him.
Nothing.
No. But I do got to get a reroll.
I do have an NPC draw 4 cards if you want any NPC to draw cards. But no.
I'd wait until you get somebody specific you want to have.
Yeah. I'm just saying I have it.
Oh.
Damn it, Tim. Seriously. Alright. Yeah. Okay.
Slowly put them out one at a time, way over to the side.
Yeah, Tim, you need to reduce your hand, though.
I did. Oh, shit.
You?
All right.
What? Where is it? Come on. I'm waiting.
Bad guy of your choice gets 4 cards.
Cool. Ta-da.
Oh, yeah? Well, if I
Yeah.
play the have an NPC draw 4 cards, that gets rid of it, right?
Yeah. The
Okay.
bad guy
Oh,
left. Going. What?
nothing. Alright,
Hard time finding any kind of fun with Borax.
do I get any bonuses for using a super high-tech computer? Or not?
No, I'm tempted to give you negatives.
Okay. Blackwater.
Right. Okay, you call up. God, you wish you had a printer. Unfortunately, I don't think you do. And so, yeah, he's got this really detailed recipe up with lots of steps and stuff. And he looks at you and goes, "There it is." And you're like, "Can you print it?" And he goes, "No."
Well, we can
Alright.
go to the library and print it there.
We put our heads together and we figure it out.
Printer won't come to the library.
Oh, I just write it down then. Just write it down on a piece of paper. Sometimes it's before.
Take a picture of the screen and have it printed out.
Oh man! All right, you eventually get it all written out and
Yeah.
stuff, and you're like, "Hey, technology." So, right, you take that. The bad guy will discard one of his cards. All right, so, right, you've got it all.
Yeah, fucking Borax is really bad for insects.
Mhm.
So so we got the information then we need from this era. Let's go back to Beaskin.
Wait, Beastkin or Genovia? Genovia.
Well, we could because you said Beaskin is a colony of Genovia.
Yes. However,
So we could do a combination of things. We could go to Bartertown. We could go to Beastkin. So the idea is let's get a feel of if there's any demand for munitions.
well, give me a
Borax?
business roll to no shit.
Say again, Logan.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Tim.
For Borax, you don't need bullets, homie. You put that shit in fucking bait. You put that shit in food that they would eat, and they will fucking kill themselves with it.
Well, we could do that too. I mean, we could do a whole bunch of things for bugs. I mean, that's a good idea. But at some point, there's a couple places that are threatened by these bugs, right? Why not find a way to create munitions that are infused with these things when they're actually shooting these giant bugs? They'll do extra damage.
Give me a business roll, and I'll just tell you some shit to save a lot of time.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Nope.
So you go to Beastkin. You plot around there. What?
I'll play a reroll card.
Oh.
All right.
The market you want to go to is not Beastkin. Beastkin, if they're like, yes, we're enthusiastic about it. Now let us put it on a ship and ship it for a couple months and hope the ship survives to get all the way there, as opposed to we're just going to go to the end consumer, because things always sell more to the end consumer than to the processing plant. Now, the only tricky bit you've got is if he wants to use the borax and then do some chemistry to make it better for munitions and stuff, because then infusing it into boats, you're going to need chemistry, and then first you're going to need a chemistry lab. Then you're going to need
one. We have one.
Oh, back at the embassy?
Yeah.
You're not allowed in the embassy.
Well, I'm
yeah, I
over
mean,
there.
take care of getting all that. We can set all that stuff up later. So we need chemistry.
Chemistry lab, which is at the embassy. They've got one. And then you're going to need like gunsmithing factory so that you can infuse bullets and shit. If you want to go to, before you set all that up, if you want to go there and find out, hey, would you guys like bullets infused with borax to kill insects and shit? They are, they're kind of lukewarm on that. They would buy, like, if you just have regular bug killer, they are not. They're lukewarm on a lot of this shit.
The other thing I'm thinking of is actually finding someone that makes munitions already, and seeing if I can potentially buy the plant.
Buying a munitions plant would be a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just says,
That means Logan needs to go and look up how much it costs, because he's like, yes, and I mean, what might be a lot more affordable is, hey, would you be interested in taking this borax and letting us run it through that, and we pay you some money?
Instead of bullets, fucking gas. Borax would probably be better in a gaseous form.
Or even some artillery shells.
Fucking gas. You want gas dispersal? Fucking boom! This whole fucking battle.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Here's the big problem, though. Big problem, though.
It's anti-human too, isn't it?
Big problem with borax. Not really. Big problem with borax. It's a time-killing weapon.
How do you mean?
It fucking dissolves their. It helps dissolve the fucking wax coating on their little fucking exoskeletons, which causes them to fucking dehydrate and die. It's a time killer. It's not.
It's slow. It's slow.
It's slow.
Okay.
That's why they use it for food, because they'll take it and take it back to their fucking colony.
Yeah, they don't want to strap a thing of borax to all their children, and so if their children get eaten, then the bug eventually goes, I'm not feeling well.
Here's what I was getting at, Logan, is like I've got the contacts in Beacon already. I've got space. There might be an opportunity to just find a place that is already making the stuff and just buy it outright for two purposes. One, an investment, because I do have a bit of gold.
It sounds like if you're thinking about buying a fucking business.
Then we could find a way to do other things with the borax once we have the place. Now, a place that is set up as munitions, or they're likely to have foundry equipment, things like that. And so I have other ideas that I want access to that for as well.
Can you tell me in real life how much it would cost to buy a munitions factory? It's not one of the things I anticipate.
Well, in real life, what you would do is you'd figure out how much profit they're making, and then you would multiply that by a multiplier. So in real life, if I wanted to go buy a manufacturing company, I'd figure out how much profit they're making, and then I'd multiply that by about 3 to 5. That gives you the value of the company. That's the annual profit they make. So if it was making,
how much, for example, munitions factories make in real life approximately?
Well, it could be all over the board. You could find a small shop with 5 people. You could find a big shop with 1,000 people. I mean, it depends. They're all sizes. So, I mean, I wouldn't be looking for a massive one with thousands of employees, but maybe I'd find something that's got 10 or 20 employees. So, let's put it this way. If I were to, so I've got, let's say if I took 400 gold from Gothic. Those are 25 grams each, right, of gold? That's what you had told me before. Yeah. So if I had that much gold and started from there, let's say I earmark this much money to buy a company or 2 companies. You take the profit, multiply it by 3, 4, 5, a 400 gold purchase.
So the place call it making 100 gold per year type deal is what you're saying?
Yeah, if it was making 100 gold per year, it would cost anywhere from 300 to 500 gold.
That's easier. Thank you.
Yeah,
All right.
business.
But don't you have to add on money for the buildings and all that kind of shit? Because you're just talking about the profits.
Well, that's how you value the business. So if you were buying the real estate would cost extra, but a lot of these businesses also lease. So you would just take over the lease.
Okay.
But that profit it's making, all those costs are factored in. So if you just went in and paid cash for that business, paid 400 gold for it, it would be making 100 gold a year after all the expenses and management fees and shit like that.
Let me make a note of that.
If it's a really small business, then it would be like 2 times the profit. Like if you went and bought a restaurant, figure out what it's making per year, it's going to cost twice that to buy the business. But, you know, manufacturing.
That's a general rule of thumb, right?
That's a general rule of thumb.
Yeah.
Cool.
I forgot you do real estate.
Yeah. Well, Jay is like one of the few real life businessmen that we have playing because he's
Well,
great.
that's actually my specialty is valuing and selling businesses.
Why don't we do that then?
Help people figure out the value of businesses all the time.
All right. Well, let's go with this. We're gonna say that you go find one that's making that. They're wanting 500 gold for it. They're renting it's a small place. Few people work there. They're making 100 gold per year. They're wanting 500 from it. Give me a bargain roll to see what you can do on the price and stuff like that. How's that?
Okay. And this would actually be in Melwix, or is this in Beastkin?
Actually, hold on. Let me call new map that I haven't seen in a long time because nobody fucking goes there except you. And not in Beastkin. Hold on a minute. Come on, Genovia. Where are you? Actually, you can get one in Hika, which is the main port city of Genovia, is where I was thinking. Is that okay?
Sounds useful. Hika. How do you spell that?
Heekah. It's about a short railway journey. Like if you were to walk between Hika and Melwix, it would take like 2 days, or a short railroad thing. They can send telegraphs back and forth to each other. They have a river that connects the 2 cities that has like locks on it on the river to raise and lower the water.
Seems like that might be strategically a good place. Is that where the ships from Beastkin land?
Yes, although now everybody in Genovia is paying taxes and stuff to Westmead, and Westmead is running shit and making it a much more totalitarian dictatorship than it ever was before, because there seems to be some sort of underlying problem in the world that the entire universe seems to be blaming on Freddy.
Huh?
Just the universe being out of balance, nothing to worry about. So, all right, go ahead and give me the bargain roll to see what the guy would be willing to let her go for.
All important bargain. Wait, does anyone have any cards to help with this?
I played a skill +5.
Let me check.
Oh yeah, they might have a skill 15 or something. So
I had nothing, by the way, but
I have. Back off.